Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a sort of response video to what 21 Pilots band member Tyler Joseph had to tweet. I'm making this like early in the morning, so I guess it was technically yesterday. But he tweeted some things that I just wanted to talk about and respond to. And like many of my other videos, whenever I talk about certain situations, I like to draw attention to the bigger picture that I think these situations do touch on. And so this video is going to be no different from the other videos that I've made. But yeah, I just want to talk about Tyler Joseph and everything that he said because I found it quite problematic. Spoiler alert, and I wanted to just kind of give my 2 cents about the situation. But before I do get into it, please go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel and go ahead and turn on the post notifications so that you're notified of the next time that I post a video. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. So just for a little bit of background, Tyler Joseph is part of 21 Pilots, which is a band. It's actually really just 2 people. It's Tyler Joseph, and I think the other person's name is Josh Dunn. I'm not really a big 21 Pilots fan. They're kind of like alternative, punkish, but not like really hard rock or like really punk or anything like that. They're kind of comparable to maybe like, well, I'm a Paramore stan, so I kind of see them kind of in that category. But in my personal opinion, Paramore is way better, and they actually don't not speak out about Black Lives Matter and don't make it a joke. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, they're kind of in that category, in that range. Like I said, I don't really listen to 21 Pilots. I've never really liked their music. But you know, people like them. A lot of people like them. They've been a part of a lot of people's emo phases. And yeah, that's pretty much the type of music, the type of genre, the type of community that he is part of. So for the past few months, as I've seen on Twitter, people have been wanting Tyler Joseph to speak about the Black Lives Matter movement in the wake of George Floyd's murder, in the wake of Breonna Taylor's murder, in the wake of so many other Black people in the past few months being mercilessly brutalized by police. It's been evident that a lot of celebrities have been urged to speak, and a lot of them have spoken. Most of the celebrities that I know of have spoken at some point, but Tyler Joseph hasn't, and he's been urged by his following to make a statement. And so Tyler Joseph took to Twitter, and I'm pretty sure this tweet is still up, and he decided to tweet the following tweet. So the tweet reads, "You guys keep asking me to use my platforms. Feels good to dust these bad boys off." And it shows him wearing platform heels as a play on words, because people didn't mean for you to pull out some 70s disco shoes. No, Tyler, they asked you to use your platform to talk about the social injustice that is happening in the United States and around the world against Black people. And instead of doing that or staying silent, he decided to do this. Now, I want to make this crystal clear. And this is something that I have wanted to say on my channel, but I think this is the perfect time to say it because it pertains to this situation. No celebrity is obligated whatsoever to speak up about any social justice at all. I don't like the idea of stans and fans and just different people who follow these celebrities to push them to become activists. Because quite frankly, not everyone was made to be an activist. It's just that simple. I don't consider myself an activist. A lot of people that I know, it's just not for everybody. So to expect people to be activists is just ridiculous in my personal opinion. Now, it's one thing to expect people to not be bigots, obviously, but it's another thing to, not everyone has to speak. Not everybody has to speak. Not everybody has to use their platform. Sometimes I think it's refreshing to see people not be upset right now. I don't know. I've been so desensitized to a lot of this stuff that it's just nice to see people just talk about makeup, or just to talk about music, or just to talk about things that aren't really hurting right now. So I am not saying that he was at all obligated to speak. I do think that it is in his interest to speak. I do think that it would have helped him to speak out because of the fact that it shows that he is empathetic to his black fans and to the fans that are fighting for this movement. You know, fans always want to know that their favorite celebrity cares about the cause that they care about. So in that sense, I can see why people wanted him to speak, because they just wanted to know that he's on their side. And, you know, for a lot of stans, that is very important to them. And yeah, I can totally see that. However, he was not obligated to speak about anything. You know, that's not his job. His job is to be a musician. And so, no, I would have been mad if he spoke out against it. But if he's not speaking at all, I can't be that upset. With that being said, if you are going to speak, don't be disrespectful. It's just that simple. I feel like this response was just extremely disrespectful to a lot of the people who are being serious about this. These are people's lives being taken. And what they want you to do is use your platform, as in the millions of followers that you have that pay your bills, are asking you, hey, can you speak about this? So that other followers that you have know that your platform is a safe space for these people. Instead of doing that, you decide to make fun of people's requests. No, that doesn't sit right with me. That makes me think that he's not an ally. Because why? It's one thing to not say anything because maybe you're not educated, maybe this, maybe that, you know, whatever it may be. But to get on your platform and to make fun, now I'm starting to think, oh, maybe you're just anti. Maybe you weren't using your platform because you didn't want to, because you don't care about the movement. And if it's that, then I'm good. Like, I'm good off you. That's it. I don't need to listen to your music. I never listened to his music in the first place. But that response just made me feel like, okay, you must not take anyone seriously in this movement. Clearly, you don't take people seriously in this movement, because this is how you respond. And it's just an ugly, immature response. I think it's an immature response. So then, after a lot of backlash, he decided to tweet a lot. And he first apologized, basically saying, like, his tweet wasn't actually referencing the Black Lives Matter movement. But I honestly think that that is a lie. I do. I completely think that that is a lie. Even if it's not necessarily completely 100% directed towards the Black Lives Matter movement, you know that people are asking you to use your platform to talk about the movement. So either way, it does affect the movement in a way. Like, you're basically just making fun of the whole idea of using your platform, of speaking out. And why are you making fun of that idea? Because you probably don't actually believe that Black Lives Matter. I want celebrities to just be honest. Be honest. Just say you don't care. Because if you say you don't care, then at least people, like, at least we know, at least we know who we're supporting. At least we know who we're giving our money to. But of course, they don't want us to know. That's why they won't say anything. But anyways, he did the whole, I actually do believe that Black Lives Matter and this and that and the fourth. And then he, did the cute little resources, sign these petitions thing and this is info thing that we've seen for months. You're months late, Tyler. You're months late. And just side note, he was on a social media break, so that could be a reason why he wasn't speaking out. However, the last time that he tweeted was in June. And that was definitely around the time of the protests. Like, that's when the protests really started to happen, was in June. So, yeah, no, he just didn't want to use his platform. Just say that. Just say you didn't want to use your platform. Instead of sitting up here and making fun of people who use their platform, making fun of people who are asking you to use your platform, just say that you didn't. and don't give a reason. Let people speculate, but don't give them something that, okay, now we have tangible evidence that you don't care. Because I feel like that first tweet that he tweeted was like tangible evidence. Okay, you just think that we're a joke. Now, go ahead and pause to read the next few slides. So, in the last few tweets and in these tweets here, it's clear that he's trying to totally just switch the subject, which is basically manipulating the entire situation to try to make it seem like, he is an activist, just in another way. He has to care about mental health. While you guys care about Black lives, I'll care about mental health. There are so many things wrong with what he said. First of all, he made himself out to be such a victim. He made himself out to be like, I mentally can't take what's going on right now. You're white. You are not affected by this. Like, as much as it might be shocking to a lot of people, which I don't know why it's shocking. Have you not been paying attention? Side note, I have been so annoyed with people who are pretending like this is a new concept. That people are pretending as if police brutality has not been happening since forever. Since forever. I have been desensitized from this, literally totally desensitized, since Trayvon Martin. He wasn't killed by a police officer, but the injustices that happen against Black people in this country, I have been desensitized since Trayvon Martin, and I was in 6th grade back then. 2016, the summer of 2016, I'm pretty sure. Philando Castile and Alton Sterling. Come on now. Don't act like this is a new crazy concept. It's louder now. That's it. It's just the movement's louder now. But this stuff happens all the time. Mike Brown. Come on now. Stephon Clark. Constantly. This has been happening for decades of police brutality against Black people. Decades of it. And we're going to act like this is new. I hate that. But going back to Tyler Joseph, the fact that you're going to sit up here and make it seem like it's bad on your mental health and you can't take this mentally. I'm sorry, but that you're just making yourself out to be a victim, because no, you can take it because it doesn't affect you. How does this affect you? Your kids don't have to worry about the police at all. You don't have to worry about the police. You don't. So don't sit up here and act like this is mentally hard for you. Okay? Because it's just not. It's not. And we're not going to sit up here and, he brought up his mental health, so now we have to act like he's a victim. Now we have to be politically correct. No, let's speak truth. Let's speak truth. He was trying to manipulate everybody by bringing up mental health. That's what's happening. That's what happened. He said, let me manipulate everybody by acting as if my mental health needs to come first and I just can't talk about it because of my mental health. Stop. Don't play that game. Do not play that game. And as far as Tyler Joseph's mental health fight goes, don't you think that right now a lot of Black people's mental health is declining? Don't you think that George Floyd's children are going to be traumatized for the rest of their life because everybody in the world has seen the video of their father choking to death for 9 minutes? Don't you think that James Blake's children are going to be traumatized for the rest of their life because they saw their father being shot in the back by police officers? Don't you think that Breonna Taylor's mother is going to be traumatized for the rest of her life because she knew that even when her daughter was asleep in her own bed, she was not safe? Don't you think that people who haven't lost somebody yet are still traumatized because they know that this is now a very real possibility just because of the color of their skin? So if mental health is really your fight, I would suggest that maybe you should think, wow, a lot of people in America are going through some mental health struggles. Why? Because the police are targeting them for the color of their skin. But I guess only your mental health matters, right? Or people that look like you, their mental health matters, right? I mean, come on now. Like, shouldn't these people, shouldn't you be fighting for their mental health? I'm not gonna lie to you. In 2016, I'm pretty sure it was 2016. Yeah, I was going into my junior year of high school over that summer, and seeing all of the police brutality, I had a lot of mental health issues. I did. Thinking, it'd be better if I'm a white girl. Why am I, like, what's even my purpose? Like, I mean, there were some really dark thoughts. These past few months, there have been some really dark thoughts. I'm not gonna lie. Because of what I've seen at protests, because of the little progress that I feel like we're making, because of there's just so much, family stuff that I've been going through because of this topic, because of the Black Lives Matter movement, because of the topic of race. So for him to act as if his cause is so noble, but he's leaving out the fact that he is totally disregarding a huge group of people who are going through it mentally, because they're not seeing anything come from this movement, really. Let's be honest. It's the same thing over and over again. Black people just getting shot left and right. You don't think that that's mentally draining? So for him to start to spin it and say, oh, well, my fight is for mental health. I guess it's not for Black mental health. So whose mental health is it for? Because if anyone's really going through it mentally, like I'm telling you, there are a lot of Black kids who are traumatized. And instead of gearing your fight and saying, hey, I see this movement and my fight coincides with this movement, he decides to separate. Why? Because he probably doesn't care about the movement. That's what I'm trying to get at. Let's not pretend like, oh, he said Black Lives Matter, yay, like he cares. No, he doesn't. Y'all bullied him into saying it. That's all that happened. And then he tried to divert the attention to something that he thought was a totally different topic when it's really not, when they coincide very seamlessly. But he didn't think so. That's what I'm trying to get at in this video. I don't respect his response. I think that it was just cheap. I think it was cheap manipulation. I think it was gaslighting. And quite frankly, a lot of people have been like, everyone's overreacting. But at this point, no, I don't think that anyone is. I think that everyone has their right to be upset at the way that he handled the situation, because it's just, there was just so much wrong with his response, and I really don't have any respect for him. I just think that it just showed what he really cares about. That's all I have to say. It shows what he really cares about. And I doubt that it's really mental health, because if it was, he would do work to help Black people's mental health. But where is that? Let's be real. Let's be honest. Where's the work for that? Celebrities just shouldn't be activists. Just don't expect it. Don't expect it, because then they'll let you down. Anyways, that's it for me. Please enjoy this obligatory Tom Holland picture as I close out. But those are all my thoughts. I'm not shocked. We've seen a lot of people just show that they're anti-black, and it's like, what's new? It's kind of exhausting. I'm personally exhausted and drained kind of from just seeing all of the slights and the hate towards people that I love, you know, and just seeing people degrade the Black Lives Matter movement, especially when I have kind of my own personal things with police brutality, just all of these things. It's like it hits home, and to see people completely disregard it is just really insulting and hurtful. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down below what you think of the situation. Please do subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notifications so that you're notified of the next time that I post a video. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope my next video is a lot lighter. But yeah, I will see you in my next one. Bye.